Rated T time. What it is, it's your boy. Time to hang out and get out and do that. Yes, I know. You ain't seen your mans in a while. Did you miss me? But let's start out where we start at first. Always and foremost, Raiders. What it is, what it does, what it do. Raider T time. It's your boy T3, RT3. Time to get down for the get down. But before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Come talk to your boy. Yes, what up, fam? It's been a minute. About a week to be exact. Week and a half. You know who's counting though. So, we got the combine coming up next week. This is what I've been waiting on right here. Because you know, we have been talking about free agents that's coming out. This is thoughts and memoirs of a true Raider fan. How I'm feeling about things and what's going on and what's the thought process in my head as I'm sitting here watching my Raiders getting ready to make decisions and figure out the future of the franchise. So, the tag season has already begun. So as of a couple days ago, you are able to put a franchise tag on players that you are trying to lock down before free agency kicks off. But before free agency kicks off, next week starts the combine. What is the combine? For some of y'all who don't know, the combine is what we call the underwear Olympics. T-shirts and shorts that you're out there getting down, trying to run, trying to move, trying to get down, trying to do all you can do to up your draft stock. Now, what I do like what I'm hearing from a lot of our players and people out there, they are not going to base everything they see off of the combine. They know that this is just the underwear Olympics, that all the scouting reports, we're just combining and putting notes together. Well, with that also being said, that's also going to affect our free agency, who we re-sign, who we're bringing back. I believe we have 26 free agents coming into this game. We have a couple of notable names that I've mentioned before back in the game. We know that quarterback is a huge situation for the Raiders coming up. And with this draft coming up, there's quite a few names that's been running around in this circle. So with the 6th pick, we know the Tennessee Titans are ahead of us. The New York Giants are ahead of us. The Cleveland Browns are ahead of us. Those three are definitely quarterback needed. Cleveland Browns are in a bit of a tight situation just because of the contract what they got with Deshaun Watson. Tennessee Titans is a wild card because they still have that first round draft pick they did a couple years ago, still under rookie contract, so they could go in another direction. We know the Giants is picking a quarterback. Regardless of what's going down, they know they're picking a quarterback. So the question is, who falls to us at number 6? Or who do we push up to get to number 1 or number 2 or number 3, depending on where we're going? Are we going to move 3 spots, 4 spots, or all spots to get up to the top spot to get the quarterback we're going to get? So that comes down to Spy Tech, the man that we're going to be depending on to see what he does for the franchise. Like, this first pick is everything. With Pete Carroll as our head coach, with Chip Kelly as our offensive coordinator, these are the 2 names that we're going to be looking at. Are we going to push up to get to the top, or are we going to go like we did last year and pick best player available? So your question is, what do I feel? How do I feel about all this? What is my thought process? What are my anxieties and all of this? I'm honestly, and I'm just going to be real talk with you, I am okay with either way. If we go all the way up to get Shedeur or Cam Ward, then let's go. And if you believe that's the man for the franchise, go for it. If we cannot, and I mean that we've tried to move up and we cannot, I am okay picking the best player available, which I'm hoping to either an offensive lineman, because we know our line is suspect, or a defensive tackle. I would rather go. I know everybody wants to flash your corner, the number one wide receiver, yada, 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 and so forth. I want to build the trench. If we can't get the QB, we won't. I want to build the trenches. Offensive line or defensive tackle. If you can give Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, you know what I'm saying, and a third body to be a beast, because we still waiting on Kuntz to see what he does, because we did not get an opportunity to see that, or we find a third body to go with whoever else. As we saw from the Super Bowl, that front four is everything, or that front five is everything, because your boy Hurts had all day in the pocket. He did not have to scramble until he absolutely had to. He was able to do what he had to do back and contribute time. If we watch the season, your boy Minshew looked like he was scared on the playground, that the bullies was coming for his name. You know what I'm saying? His lunch money kept getting took all season long because we could not protect him whatsoever. Our offensive line play was god awful. And if we can get JPJ, DJ Glaze, and Colton Miller, an extra body to throw in there to put them hands up, you know what I'm saying, to do that thing, that would be nice. That as a 6th round pick, as a first rounder, look, I know I hate to mention Joe Alt that the Chargers picked up as their first round pick of last year, but it made a difference with them making it to the Super Bowl. I mean, to the playoffs, not the Super Bowl. Y'all ain't never seen the Super Bowl. Y'all never see the Super Bowl. Stop acting like you going to the Super Bowl. We ain't even playing with your Super Bowl. You ain't got no trophies to your name. But that's here nor there. As for what I'm saying, as for Raider Nation, let's be weary and weary. We running back is another name that's out there. There's another position that we're looking for out there in the game. We need a 1-2 or a number one punch. We did not sign Josh Jacobs, which is absolutely depressing, who we should have kept. Tedesco, that's on you. There was so many different things in the game that could have been done differently. We have an opportunity to make those corrections, because if we go into free agency, because free agency is going to start you off, and then the draft. So that means we got an opportunity to go out and get a quarterback. I know we have talked about all these quarterbacks, and look, this is my whole thing with free agency with the quarterback. We're going to have to pay a lot. Understand that, folks. Everybody keeps talking, well, I don't want to pay this, I don't want to pay that. We are not a dominant franchise to where we can say we ain't got to pay top dollar and more dollar than the next man, because we have not proven anything yet. We are not a proven franchise as of right now, which means like we had to go out and pay all that money for Chip Kelly. We had to pay all that money for your man, Pete Carroll. We had to pay all that extra money for Patrick Graham. We're going to have to spend this year. Next year, we can bargain bottom basement shop if we want to, because then we're like, look, we already creme de la creme. But right now, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even the top half of the layer of the potato chips. We the crumbs at the bottom. And that's how everybody is seeing us right now. Do I believe that? No. But that's not where we are as a name, as a franchise. We're going to have to overspend on a QB. We're going to have to overspend on whatever free agent we bring in. And we're going to have to overspend on who we want to lock in. You know what I'm saying? The cats that want to be Raiders, hold them down. Spillane, Crosby is not a free agent, but he has no guaranteed money on his contract, which means the negotiations has begun. Malcolm Kuntz, we can go ahead and do a prove-it deal for your man right there. That is absolutely fine with me. Merrick, I know we don't want to give him $20 million a year, but we may have to. They're looking at Nate Hobbs, but my problem with paying Nate Hobbs is always injured. Like, I know folks is mad at Jack Jones because he gives up plays, but Nate Hobbs ain't even on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like you, but not that much. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these contingencies that we're going to have to go out and do. We're going to have to draft a corner. We're going to have to, we need a couple offensive linemen. We need a couple of pass rushers. Like and even if we go into free agency and get a quarterback that we like, we still need to draft one. We still need to draft and develop. We need to become that franchise that constantly is bringing in new bodies, new faces, new places, new things to go on, and everything that's going on out there. So let's pay attention to what's happening, folks. Let's keep our minds and eyes focused to the future, because there's a lot to be said to what's going down. All right, fam, you know what it is. This week that's coming up with the combine coming up, I hope to spend the first 2 days talking about a couple quarterbacks coming out of college that we should keep an eye out for. These are, we know Cam Ward and Shedeur will be the first portion of the conversation. But I want to talk about the back end a little bit. Who can we draft in the second or third round that actually may be? Because let's be real. Russell Wilson was not a first round draft pick. He was a third round. Tom Brady was a 6th round draft pick. He was not a first round. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Warner was not even looked at. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things are out there in these streets. And like, first round does not mean top round. It just means ground for money down. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at who can we draft in the second, third round that can actually do something for this franchise, that can turn into our Rich Gannon, that can turn into our Jim Plunkett, that can turn into our Ken Stabler. Oh, you didn't know I was a fan? Bruh. Watch your mans, check your mouth, check your deck. But you know what we start at first and last and foremost and all day. Hold the shield down, 10 toes down. Your man holding it down. Raiders.